Welcome back, and thank you very much, lovely subscribers. And right now we have 1,271. But if we go to the analytics, most of you who have subscribed have not hit the notification bell. Therefore, you can't get this information the moment I upload the video. All right, so I encourage you to subscribe and hit that notification bell the moment you press the subscribe button. You choose to hit the notification bell so you can be notified about the different videos and projects that I carry on. When I go to my audience, you can see that subscribers who turned on the notification bell are only 16%. The rest did not turn on the notification bell and only are receiving my videos via suggestions. So those of you who are watching and you're not subscribers, you 88.5%. All right, so please go ahead and subscribe so that you enjoy most of my material. So I'll go ahead and we continue with our project. So, all right, here we are, and I'm going to clear all this from app.js. Okay, so I'll save the project and I'll lose everything. I'll have probably an error. So we have our device loading here. So I'm very sure we're going to get an error. All right, so we're going to start the project afresh, and I'm going to show you what we really need to run that whole project. So the first thing you need, if you know Node.js, we need to export our project, which is the app now. And that app is being received somewhere, okay, as we're going to see the way we set up. So we have a package.json here that is going to take in all our packages. Okay, so you can see here Babel is here. You can see React Native, you can see React, you can see the export status bar. So all our dependencies or modules will be reflected here, the names that we import. Here is the name of the application, and then Afifam app, Expo, and then the version of our application. Okay, you can always change this. And then the node mod, the entry is entry.js. We're going to see that. So entry.js is within the node modules. Okay, remember this is supposed to convert into an Android application. So all these, for example, Babel are doing the support for all these for the project. So we're going to go to the node modules, and then Expo. We shall revisit this again when we're doing a project setup. So node modules, Expo. Okay, have I? So Expo, and then under Expo, we have app entry. Here is app entry.js. So app entry.js is importing from app. So we're going to see this, and then it registers a root component as app. So I won't go into such detail, but what we're going to do, we're going to come to app.js, and then we create our render function. Okay, so we're going to choose that we want to export a default function. If you remember Node.js very well, a default function which is going to be app. So you can choose that you want it to be an arrow function, or you can choose it to be like that. So if you choose it to be an arrow function, you press equals, and then you create the syntax for a function. Okay, and then you include the arrow, and then you include what is needed. So I'll press enter. Okay, so default function. So the word function will be irrelevant here. So it will be export that and that. And then you can choose to return. So we're going to return what should be rendered. Okay. All right. And then we're supposed to terminate this. Great. So inside is empty. So we need to import some of the modules that are from React by default. And one of the modules will be, for example, a view. Okay, so we're going to import. All right. we're going to import, and then curly brackets, and then, for example, we're going to import a view. Okay, and then it will be from React Native. So from the React Native module. Let me call it a module that way. So in here, for us to be rendering, so I'm getting a syntax error here, but it will be put up right, and it is refreshing on this other side. So whenever I make changes, they are going to reflect this other side. So our default is a view, just like in HTML, okay, where you have a div. Here, our default render is a view. So we shall choose that we want to have a view, okay? And then the view, okay, I expected it to give me, so we need to have an opening tag. I expected it to give me the opening tag by default. Camel casing, okay? Camel casing, that is, what do they call, capitalization of the first letter, okay? So we need to have a view, okay? So right now, if I save, we're no longer going to receive an error, but a white screen here, okay? Our view is empty. So inside the view, we need to put something. So our view is empty. Inside the view, we need to put something. So apart from the view, again, you can have a style. And the style is going to be outside the function, okay? So it's going to be a constant, okay? Constant, and then styles, okay? So it will equal to, now we're going to bring in a style sheet. So I'm expecting an error, or else it will import a style sheet for me here into React, from React Native, the React Native module. So style sheet, so the style sheet carries all the CSS that is needed. That is the colors, the words. So style sheet dot create, and then what is in the style sheet. So everything that is going to be in the style sheet will be here, okay? So I usually want to have it here like this. So everything that is going to be in the style sheet will be here. Now, the style sheet we have created is a class. And inside, we're going to be creating, so it's like an object class. And inside, we're going to be creating what we need for the style sheet. So by default, we shall go by container, the container that is going to wrap up everything of the view, okay? So it's going to be container, okay? And then it will have something. For example, I'm going to have, for example, background color, background color, background color, okay, which will be, let's say, red. So before we use this, what we can do, we're going to first learn about inline styling. I use it many times. So you can do style, okay, which is, it is style, okay, and then you equal it to double, okay, curly brackets, and then you start styling. For example, I'm going to style the background color to be, let me see, to be pink, okay. All right, so I'm receiving a warning because I've not imported the style sheet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to comment this. So it is warning me about the style sheet. So this style sheet is supposed to be imported there. So I'm just going to comment it out. We shall come back to it later. Oh, so I've chosen the view to have a background color of pink. If it doesn't show, then I'm going to add what they call a flex from CSS, okay? All right, so let me put a comma and then add a flex of 1 from CSS. If it doesn't, then I'm going to add more styling. There we go. So we have about our background color. All right, so I'm going to import a text. Okay, so I can include the text. I'm going to, of course, it may show us an error. So it's going to be a text. So if I want to display any text, that's how I do it. And the text is going to be hello. So if I save, all right, so we have an error because we've not imported text. Now, of course, there are extensions that can help you auto import a few things. Okay, but we're trying to learn, so I want us to be critical on certain things or certain mistakes that we may leave out. So I'll have to import a text. And then if I save, our text is going to show up. Great, so our text is in the top left corner. We need to do styling. Some would argue that we need a status bar at the moment, but at the moment, it won't do any effect. I usually put the status bar when I'm doing the routing and the screen drawer. That's when I defined it. That's when I define it from the routes and the screen drawer, so that it can be consistent on every screen page. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and continue styling here. So we have a flex, but we may need one. We may need to align our items. So I'm going to align our items. Align items. I'm not getting auto suggestions, maybe because I'm styling in here. I'm doing inline styling. So center. Right, so let's see what we get. Okay, align center. I don't know where my text is. And let me also do a justify content center. Justify content center. I'll just move the screen a little bit down. Justify content center. I save. Let's see what we get. All right, so there is our text. So let's see, what does align items do? Okay, so if I take it away and then save, so the text will be aligned. Actually, the text is aligned, but it's aligned, okay? It's aligned to the center here, but not in the middle, okay? So when I justify the content center, it puts it, so align will put it in the middle, okay? Then justify content center will push it down in the center of the screen. So align will align it horizontally in the middle, okay? All right, so there is one other thing we need to do. So we can carry all this, okay? And we put it in here in our style sheet. So, and let me carry it. So I'll just take that the way it is. And then put it in here. I'll press enter. 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 So I have a comma, comma, comma. All right, so I'll uncomment and uncomment this below. All right, so I'll need to import. I no longer have a style. I'll take away the style and then save. Of course, I'll need to import style sheet up here. So I'll need to import style sheet up there. So that's the warning I'm going to get. So as it displays the warning, I'll import style sheet. Okay, then I can save. And then we're bound to get the same activity that we got. Activity, those of you who are doing Android. Okay. So the reason it's not working, is because I've not imported the style in here. So I need to reference that style that is created down there. Okay, and I'll do that by creating a style tag inside, the tag, and then reference styles. Okay, so this can be anything else. Okay, So reference styles. So it can be anything else. It can be, let's say, design. Okay. So which means here I will reference design. Okay. Dot container. So design dot container. So if I save, we're bound to get whatever we had. Okay. So which will put it in the middle. So if I want to reference anything else, let's say in the text, okay, so I may need to put something else here. Let's say text, okay, text design. So which will be, what do I need to consider in text design? Which will be now color for the text. Okay, I'm going to put it as white, let's say. Okay, so nothing is going to happen here because I need to come to style. Okay, and then I reference that in the tag that is called design, I need to, okay, so design dot, so you can see text design is coming here. And if I save, our text is supposed to be white. There you go. So what I'll do, I'll change this background color to red as planned before. And then if I refresh, we're going to be seeing it clearly after the application has reloaded. Great. So in the background color for our application set is different, but we shall come back to that. So what I want to do is now set up my application that in case I lose anything, I only, in case I get, because projects crash, I retain my designs and all my things. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new folder. Okay, new folder. You can also do it up there. So which I'm going to call app. Okay, then I'm going to shift this in here. So app.js, I'm going to move it to app. Okay, then I'm also going to move assets to app. All right. So I'll create also some more things. So I'm getting the warnings and we're going to solve them. So inside here, I'm going to create more. So for example, I'm going to create screens. I'm going to create more screens. I'm going to create screens, route, and we shall see when we come to that. Okay. I'm going to create screens and route. So I'm going to come in here and create a new folder. One will be called screens. And then still in here, another folder will be called routes. Okay, and then in there, let's see what more. I'll create another one called components. And then I'll create another one called styles. I'll create another one. So assets, components, routes, screens, styles. Okay, I'll create another one. I have one for assets where I'm going to be calling now, what can I say? My API. So API calls, let's say. API routes or API calls. API. Let me leave it that. So I need to come, okay, to the entry and make sure that it points to app.js. Okay. So I'm going to go to Expo, or where is it? Node modules. And then I scroll down to Expo. Expo, and then I come to app.entry. Then I make sure that it looks into app stroke app. So app stroke app.js. Okay, so you can see the rest of the folders are in here: API, assets, and components. Okay, so that is one. So we're going to get another error. We've solved one. So the other is, now the images. Let me see, app.json. So the images are going to be, for example, we moved the assets folder into app. So you can see we still have it there, but the image will produce an error. Okay, so we need to get into app. Okay, so the assets icon and also the splash screen app. Otherwise, when we restart, it will bring us an error if we are missing this. So it will be up. So when we restart in the terminal, okay, it will always bring us an error when we're missing that. So also you can choose what is the background color when your item is loading. So this will need us to reload the app. So I want the background color to be a green, okay, which green is, all right. So when my app is launching, okay, I expect the green to be of that color. So let's try it again. I'm going to go to my terminal and then relaunch the terminal. Right, so here is the terminal and the warnings that have been are being given to us. So I'm opening Android again. I hope it doesn't take long to reload. There you go. You can see the color now is that green and it is loading the bundle. So it's also saying unable to resolve .app. So it's supposed to be .stroke, okay? .stroke app, sorry. So here it's supposed to be .stroke app and .stroke app. Hope I've put them well. .stroke app. Great. So if we click on the terminal again, and then I choose that I shouldn't be seeing that thing of unable to resolve. It should automatically bring back. All right, so let me load again. Okay, there you go. So we don't have any warning, and you can see here is the splash icon against my green. Great, so that's it for now. Let's meet in the next video, so where we're going to be handling our actual project screens. Hope you like the videos. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. I'm going to go to the project, the basics, and then we start advancing. Let's meet in another video.